Happy Friday, everybody. It's time for social distancing story time again. My lovely assistant is just finishing her ham and cheese wrap, and then she will have lots of valuable things to add and things to pop on screen with, I'm sure. We thought we would start today with Karma Wilson and Jane Chapman's Bear Feels Sick. It seemed kind of appropriate. No one's sick here, but appropriate for the times. We are big fans of Bear Snores On and Bear Wakes Up for Christmas. We haven't read this one as much. All right, you ready?
Can I pop in?
You can pop in. Come pop in. You done with your sandwich?
Yeah.
All right.
It's in my chest, I should say.
It's in your chest. Is it in your stomach?
No, it goes down from my mouth into my neck.
Come over here.
Through my chest. Goes out of my mouth, into my neck, into my chest, and into my belly.
And then into your belly? Mm-hmm. And what are you wearing today?
My favorite animal is a squirrel, so my mommy got me a squirrel dress.
Mm-hmm. And we've been watching the squirrels run around a lot today outside, right? Lots of squirrel action.
Does anybody want to see my crazy hair?
Oh, she does have very fancy crazy hair.
Because down here is crazy hair day.
Yeah, we may make our own spirit week next week. You got to bend down a little bit. There it is. We thought about making our own spirit week next week, and we're testing out a crazy hairdo. All right, let's try and read this book, okay? Bear Feels Sick. You may want to move your chair over here a little bit. Alone in his cave. Over here, bud. Alone in his cave as the autumn wind blows. Oh, okay. Bear feels achy with a stuffed up nose. He tosses and he turns all huddled in a heap. Bear feels tired, but he just can't sleep. He sniffs and he sneezes. He whiffs and he wheezes. And the bear feels sick. His friends gather round. Come out, Bear, and play. Bear shakes his head. I'm too sick today. Mouse mutters, oh my, Bear's head is too hot. Hare says, we will help. Here's a warm, cozy spot. Bear mumbles and he moans, he grumbles and he groans, and the bear feels sick. Mouse squeezes Bear tight. He whispers in his ear, you'll be just fine. Your friends are all here. Badger fetches water. Gopher cooks the broth, while Mole soothes Bear with a cool, wet cloth. Bear shakes and he shivers. He coughs and he quivers, and he still feels sick. The friends fuss and fret, the friends cook and care. They keep a close eye on their poor sick bear. They all talk in whispers. They walk on tippy toes. They sing lullabies. Then the bear starts to doze. They watch Bear for hours. We've done all we could. Then the bear wakes up. And the bear feels good. Bear cries, I'm all better. I'm feeling like new. I'm not hot and achy. It's all thanks to you. Let's celebrate now. Let's go out and play. Let's jump in the leaves. Let's frolic all day. Then Mouse starts to wheeze and Hare starts to sneeze. And the friends feel sick. Bear murmurs, don't worry, and tucks them in bed. He bundles them up and kisses each head. He tells all his friends, you'll soon feel like new. You took care of me, now I'll take care of you. All right, you want to pick the next book? Don't fall out. Okay. The Digger and the Flower by Joseph Kuefler. Sorry, kid, you stuck onto my arm. Oh, you being the official photographer? Thank you. It was morning, and the big trucks were ready to work. Let's hoist, said Crane. Let's push, said Dozer. Let's dig, said Digger. Together, they built tall buildings for working. They built roads for driving and bridges for crossing. They built and built until the loud whistle blew. I'm beat, said Crane. Me too, said Dozer. The other big trucks took a break, but Digger did not. He said he had found something in the rubble. "Hello there," he said. The flower was tiny, but it was beautiful. Every day while the other big trucks built, Digger visited the flower. He watered it when its leaves looked dry. He shielded it on windy days. And just before he switched off for the night, Digger sang the flower a bedtime song. The flower grew, but the city grew too. Soon every space had been filled. Every space but one. "We need to put up a building here," said Crane. Dozer started his engine. Before Digger could stop him, Dozer blew a big puff of smoke and cut the flower down. Then the other big trucks went back to work, but Digger did not. When the smoke cleared, Digger saw something in the rubble. "Little seeds," he said. He scooped them up and drove. He drove past the tall buildings, past the farthest house on the farthest street. He drove to a place no big truck had ever seen. There, Digger stopped. He dug and scooped and tucked the seeds into the warm earth. Every day, Digger cared for the seeds. He watered them when their leaves looked dry. He shielded them on windy days. And just before he switched off for the night, Digger sang the flowers a bedtime song. All right. What's the next book, kiddo? Ooh, the Runaway Bunny. We love this one.
Pictures of all the people.
Oh, that's very nice. We found, since we've had so much time at home, we've cleaned out some drawers recently and found some very old phones. So Stasha has my old BlackBerry, which she's been using to take pictures. Oh, you took a picture of that is very meta. You took a picture of yourself on my phone with another phone. Wow. All right, so The Runaway Bunny by Margaret Wise Brown, pictures by Clement Hurd. Once, there was a little bunny who wanted to run away, so he said to his mother, "I am running away." "If you run away," said his mother, "I will run after you, for you are my little bunny." "If you run after me," said the little bunny, "I will become a fish in a trout stream, and I will swim away from you." "If you become a fish in a trout stream," said his mother, "I will become a fisherman, and I will fish for you." Does that bunny look like a fisherman? And she's casting her line. And what's on the end?
A carrot to get her bunny back.
"If you become a fisherman," said the little bunny, "I will become a rock on the mountain high above you." "If you become a rock on the mountain high above me," said his mother, "I will be a mountain climber, and I will climb to where you are." Does she look like a mountain climber? Climbing the Swiss Alps? Or the Italian mountains, the hills of Italy, like Dominic the Donkey? Great bizarre children's song if you don't know it. Dominic the Donkey. Look it up. Ask Siri to find it for you. If you become a mountain climber," said the little bunny, "I will be a crocus in a hidden garden." "If you become a crocus in a hidden garden," said his mother.
What's a crocus?
"It's a type of flower." "I will be a gardener, and I will find you." Water bottle down. There's the gardener. Can you find the little bunny? Where's the little bunny? "If you are a gardener and find me," said the little bunny, "I will be a bird and fly away from you." "If you become a bird and fly away from me," said his mother, "I will be a tree that you come home to." What does that tree look like?
A bunny.
A big bunny. If you become a tree, said the little bunny, I will become a little sailboat and I will sail away from you. If you become a sailboat and sail away from me, said his mother, I will become the wind and blow you where I want you to go. Can you see the wind? Where's the wind? Can you show me where it is?
That's
If you become the wind and blow me, said the little bunny, I will join a circus and fly away on a flying trapeze. If you go flying on a flying trapeze, said his mother, I will be a tightrope walker and I will walk across the air to you. There's the little bunny. If you become a tightrope walker and walk across the air, said the bunny, I will become a little boy and run into a house. If you become a little boy and run into a house, said the mother bunny, I will become your mother and catch you in my arms and hug you.
Mom, I need help.
Okay, you gotta wait a minute, buddy. Shucks, said the little bunny, I might just as well stay where I am and be your little bunny. And so he did. Have a carrot, said the mother bunny. What's next, kiddo? Okay, I guess I pick.
I can't fix.
Okay, we'll fix it after.
We won't.
Okay, we're gonna go with another bunny book, Knuffle Bunny, a cautionary tale by Mo Willems. And if you have not been watching Mo Willems' art classes, you need to start now. Stasha has watched all of them and is definitely a better artist than her mother is. Not so long ago, before she could even speak words, Trixie went on an errand with her daddy. Trixie and her daddy went down the block, through the park, past the school, and into the laundromat. Trixie helped her daddy put the laundry into the machine. She even got to put money into the machine. Then they left. But a block or so later, Trixie realized something. Trixie turned to her daddy and said, "Haggle, flaggle, clabble!" "That's right," replied her daddy. "We're going home." "Haggle, flaggle, clabble!" said Trixie again. "Blaggle, plabble! Wumby, flappy! Snurp!" "Now please don't get fussy," said her daddy. Well, she had no choice. Trixie bawled. Wah! She went boneless. She did everything she could to show how unhappy she was. By the time they got home, her daddy was unhappy too. See, he looks pretty angry. As soon as Trixie's mummy opened the door, she asked, what did the mummy ask, Sta?
Where's Knuffle Bunny?
Where's Knuffle Bunny? Trixie's like, hey, Daddy, that's what I was trying to tell you the whole time. The whole family ran down the block, and they ran through the park. They zoomed past the school and into the laundromat. Trixie's daddy looked for Knuffle Bunny and looked and looked and looked. But Knuffle Bunny was nowhere to be found. So Trixie's daddy decided to look harder until Knuffle Bunny!
Knuffle Bunny!
And those were the first words Trixie ever said. All right. What's the next book, Stasha? Come on, assistant. You've got important work to do. All right. Vera B. Willems.
You call me over when it's time for the next one.
Okay, well, you should know when it sounds like it's ending, right? More, said the baby. This book is probably little sister's favorite book in the whole wide world right now. Okay. More, 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 said the baby. 3 love stories. Little guy. This is little guy. Little guy runs away so fast, little guy's daddy has to run like anything just to catch that baby up. But little guy's daddy catches that baby up all right. He throws that baby high and swings that baby all around. Oh, you are a great little guy, little guy's daddy sings to little guy. Just look at you with your perfect belly button right in the middle, right in the middle, right in the middle of your fat little belly. Then little guy's daddy brings that baby right up close and gives that little guy's belly a kiss right in the middle of the belly button. More, laughs little guy, more, more, more. Little pumpkin. Now this is little pumpkin. Little pumpkin scoots away so fast, little pumpkin's grandma has to run like anything just to catch that baby up. But little pumpkin's grandma catches that baby up all right, and she holds that baby nose to nose and swings that baby all around. Oh, my best little grandbaby, little pumpkin's grandma sings to little pumpkin. Just look at you with your 10 little toes, right on the ends, right on the ends, right on the ends of your 2 little feet, good enough to eat. Then little pumpkin's grandma brings that baby right up close and tastes each of little pumpkin's toes. More, laughs little pumpkin, more, more, more. Little bird. Now comes little bird. Little bird falls asleep so fast. Little bird's mama has to move like anything just to catch that baby up. But little bird's mama lifts that baby in her arms all right. She rocks that baby back and forth and gets that baby ready for bed. Oh, my best little baby, little bird's mama sings to little bird. Just look at you with your 2 closed eyes, right on either side, right on either side, right on either side of your neat little nose. Then little bird's mama brings that baby right up close. She gives that little bird a kiss right on each of her little eyes. Breathes little bird. All right, last book, kiddo kid. What do you got? What do you got for us? Oh, you think I should get it? Okay. All right, here we go. Dear Mrs. LaRue. Letters from Obedience School, written and illustrated by Mark Teague. Okay, so this is from the Snort City Register Gazette, September 30th. Local dog enters obedience school. Ike LaRue. Citing a long list of behavioral problems, Snort City resident Gertrude R. LaRue yesterday enrolled her dog Ike in the Igor Rottweiler Canine Academy. Established in 1953, the academy has a history of dealing with such issues. I'm at my wit's end, said Mrs. LaRue. I love Ike, but I'm afraid he's quite spoiled. He steals food right off the kitchen counter, chases through the neighbor's cats, howls whenever I'm away, and last week while I was crossing the street, he pulled me down and tore my best camel's hair coat. I just don't know what else to do. School officials were unavailable for comment. Dear Mrs. LaRue, how could you do this to me? This is a prison, not a school. You should see the other dogs. They are bad dogs, Mrs. LaRue. I do not fit in. Even the journey here was a horror. I am very unhappy and may need something to chew on when I get home. Please come right away. Sincerely, Ike. Now this is interesting. See, it looks like he's writing about the Canine Academy, thinking it looks like this. But the reality over here doesn't look exactly the same.
He's lying.
Well, he might be fibbing a little bit.
He's fibbing.
He's fibbing.
Fibbing a lot.
He's fibbing a lot, that's true. Dear Mrs. LaRue, were you really so upset about the chicken pie? You know, you might have discussed it with me. You could have said, Ike, don't eat the chicken pie. I'm saving it for dinner. Would that have been so difficult? It would have prevented a lot of hard feelings. Needless to say, I am being horribly mistreated. You say I should be patient and accept that I'll be here through the term. Are you aware that the term lasts 2 months? Did you know how long that is in dog years? Dear Mrs. LaRue, I'd like to clear up some misconceptions about the Hibbins cats. First, they are hardly the little angels Mrs. Hibbins makes them out to be. Second, how should I know what they were doing on the fire escape in the middle of January? They were being a bit melodramatic. Don't you think? The way they cried and refused to come down. It's hard to believe they were really sick for 3 whole days. But you know cats. Your dog, Ike. See, is this what he's thinking about? Is this what he's writing about? Dear Mrs. LaRue, you should see what goes on around here. The way my warden, Miss Klondike, barks orders is shocking. Day after day, I'm forced to perform the most meaningless tasks. Today it was sit and roll over all day long. I flatly refused to roll over. It's ridiculous. I won't do it. Of course, I was severely punished. And another thing, who will help you cross the street while I'm away? You know, you have a bad habit of not looking both ways. Think of all the times I've saved you. Well, there was that one time anyway. I must say you weren't very grateful, complaining on and on about the tiny rip in your ratty old coat. But the point is, you need me. Yours, Ike. Gruesome prison tales. Gee, it actually looks kind of nice there, doesn't it? Dear Mrs. LaRue, the guards here are all caught up in this good dog, bad dog thing. I hear it constantly. Good dog, Ike. Don't be a bad dog, Ike. Is it really so good to sit still like a lummox all day? Nevertheless, I refuse to be broken. Miss Klondike has taken my typewriter. She claims it disturbs the other dogs. Does anybody care that the other dogs disturb me? Yours, Ike. Nasty Dungeons of the World. Wait a second. Showing her taking away the typewriter, but here he is listening to a radio with a blender? Dear Mrs. LaRue, were the neighbors really complaining about my howling? It is hard to imagine. First, I didn't howl that much. You were away those nights, so you wouldn't know, but trust me, it was quite moderate. Second, let's recall that these are the same neighbors who are constantly waking me up in the middle of the afternoon with their loud vacuuming. I say we all have to learn to get along. My life here continues to be a nightmare. You wouldn't believe what goes on in the cafeteria. Sincerely, Ike. P.S. I don't want to alarm you, but the thought of escape has crossed my mind. Dear Mrs. LaRue, I hate to tell you this, but I am terribly ill. It started in my paw, causing me to limp all day. Later, I felt queasy, so that I could barely eat dinner, except for the yummy gravy. Then I began to moan and howl. Finally, I had to be taken to the vet. Dr. Wilfred claims that he can't find anything wrong with me, but I am certain I have an awful disease. I must come home at once. Honestly yours, Ike. Patient, Ike LaRue. Diagnosis, hypochondriac. And that means it's all in his head. Dear Mrs. LaRue, thank you for the lovely get well card. Still, I'm a little surprised that you didn't come get me. I know what Dr. Wilfrey says, but is it really wise to take risks with one's health? I could have a relapse, you know. With fall here, I think about all the fine times we used to have in the park. Remember how sometimes you would bring along a tennis ball? You would throw it, and I would retrieve it every time, except for once when it landed in something nasty and I brought you back a stick and said, "Ah, how I miss those days." Yours truly, Ike. P.S. Imagine how awful it is for me to be stuck inside my tiny cell. P.P.S. I still feel pretty sick. Does that look like he's in a cell when he's writing this? He's imagining he is. Dear Mrs. LaRue, by the time you read this, I will be gone. I have decided to attempt a daring escape. I'm sorry it has come to this, since I am really a very good dog, but frankly you left me no choice. How sad it is not to be appreciated. From now on, I'll wander from town to town without a home, or even any dog food, most likely. Such is the life of a desperate outlaw. I will try to write to you from time to time as I carry on with my life of hardship and danger. Your lonely fugitive, Ike. Oh boy. Snort City Register Gazette. LaRue escapes doggy detention. Former Snort City resident Ike LaRue escaped last night from the dormitory at the Eiger Rottweiler Canine Academy. The dog is described as toothy by local police. His current whereabouts are unknown. To be honest, I thought he was bluffing when he told me he was planning to escape, said a visibly upset Gertrude R. LaRue, the dog's owner. Ike tends to be a bit melodramatic, you know. Now, I can only pray he'll come back. Asked if she would return Ike to Rottweiler Academy, Mrs. LaRue said she would have to wait and see. He's a good dog, basically, but he can be difficult. Wanted, escaped canine, reward, return to Eiger Rottweiler Academy. Dear Mrs. LaRue, I continue to suffer horribly as I roam this barren wasteland. Who knows where my wandering will take me now? Hopefully to someplace with yummy food. Remember the special treats you used to make for me? I miss them. I miss our nice, comfy apartment, but mostly I miss you, your sad dog, Ike. P.S. I even miss the Hibbins cats in a way. Snort City or Bust. Dear Mrs. LaRue, the world is a hard and cruel place for a stray dog. You would scarcely believe the misery I've endured, so I have decided to return home. You may try to lock me up again, but that is a risk I must take. And frankly, even more than myself, I worry about you. You may not know it, Mrs. LaRue, but you need a dog. Your misunderstood friend, Ike. The Snort City Register Gazette. Wait a second, this is all in color. Is this real? Hero dog saves owner. Ike LaRue, until recently a student at the Igor Rottweiler Canine Academy, returned to Snort City yesterday in dramatic fashion. In fact, he arrived just in time to rescue his owner, Gertrude R. LaRue, of 2nd Avenue from an oncoming truck. Mrs. LaRue had made the trip downtown to purchase a new camel's hair coat. Apparently, she neglected to look both ways before stepping out into traffic. The daring rescue was witnessed by several onlookers, including Patrolman Newton Smitzer. He rolled right across 2 lanes of traffic to get at her, said Smitzer. It was really something. I haven't seen rolling like that since I left the police academy. Mrs. LaRue was unhurt in the incident, although her coat was badly torn. I don't care about that, she said. I'm just happy to have my Ike back home where he belongs. LaRue said she plans to throw a big party for the dog. All the neighbors will be there, and I'm going to serve Ike's favorite dishes. I'll bet he can't wait to taste the chicken pie. Welcome home. Wait a second, Ike. He's eaten the pie before the party. Some dogs never learn. All right, that's it for today. You want to come say bye?
No, the party already happened.
Oh, the party already happened, and he was totally okay to eat the pie?
Eve's come to say hi.
Oh, Eve's going to come say hi. All right. Come on, Evie. I hear that at least one person was able to wash the dishes because of all of our reading. So good news. Eve, you want to say bye to everybody? Okay, or just run away. That works too. Well, thanks for tuning in. We'll try and be back with something maybe tomorrow. See you later. Or next week. Yep, next week too, because there's still no school next week. Bye, everybody.